what you do. I'm so in love with you.
Honestly, that took me back.
Guys, I needed that. I feel like I haven't sung in a while.
I feel like there was more in you that needed to come out, but we'll save it for after we record.
There's a lot. I think we need to go to karaoke soon.
Ooh, I'm down.
What this is telling me. But anyways, hey, spooky friends. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Spooky Chicks and Horror Flicks. We are your horror besties, here to dissect our favorite and not so favorite horror movies, breaking down the screams, the scares, and everything sinister scene by scene. I'm Emma, and joining me as always is the iconic Allison.
I'm iconic.
She is. She is. And Allison, what kind of iconic things have you been up to?
We just did an iconic thing all together.
We did.
We went to our third Creep IE.
Hell yeah, we did.
We love that one. It's Creep IE in Inland Empire. This past weekend, we loved seeing all of our spooky friends, meeting new people. It's always a really good time.
We have so much fun with all the vendors. I bought my first VHS since we have started the podcast.
And what is it?
It's Jeepers Creepers, you
Hell
guys.
yeah.
It's in really good condition. I'm really excited to kind of start my collection.
I love it. That was a steal. I'm really jealous that I didn't ask how much it was.
Yeah, that was a really good one. But yeah, Creep IE was so much fun. We love everyone at that con.
We actually also saw a great Heart Eyes Killer cosplayer.
Yes. We did. I think that's how you can always tell a movie has some resonance with people, is when you see someone cosplaying as it.
Some cultural impact right there.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you didn't catch on to that, you must have, because you already clicked on this episode and know what we're reviewing today, which is Heart Eyes.
Heart Eyes,
2025. Baby.
And Allie and I saw it together in theaters about a year ago, pretty much a year ago. We went on a little Galentine's date. We saw it together in theaters. We were wearing our Jennifer's Body sweatsuits with hearts all over it.
No, you were.
Oh, well.
I was in cute ass overalls.
That's true. And we had a blast. It was so much fun. And we walked away. We're going to have a lot of thoughts. But I would say we relatively enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it watching it with you that first time way more than this rewatch. I hadn't watched it since you and I last year. And I guess I didn't recall a lot of what we saw, but I caught a lot more this time. I took it in more this time. I feel a lot differently about it this time.
Okay.
But what I will say up front is this is just adding to our repertoire of holiday horror movies, which I love, because for Valentine's Day, what do we have? We have My Bloody Valentine and Valentine. And I guess, is Happy Death Day, is that like a Valentine's Day movie?
No, it's kind of more of a, I want to say it's like a birthday movie.
Oh, maybe.
But I could be totally wrong.
Is the guy not a Cupid?
Shit,
The
I
Mask?
can't remember.
I haven't seen that in like years.
We'll have to do that one soon, because I think that's actually on our wish list of films. We have like a running wish list that we add to all the time, that we all have access to, and we just add films to it.
And some of the people that worked on Happy Death Day are involved in Heart Eyes as well.
Ah,
yeah.
You know what? I can see some parallels.
Stylistically?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, I can definitely see some parallels there.
The creator of the Happy Death Day mask actually created the Heart Eyes mask.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're getting way too into this.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. So yes, if you haven't seen Heart Eyes, this is your spoiler warning, because we're going to ruin the shit out of it for you. And if you don't care about that, why don't you come on this love journey with us?
Ooh, come to our love shack.
Ooh, love that.
Ooh. This film is about two coworkers who have to survive the Heart Eyes Killer, or they call him HEK, on Valentine's Day. And the two have to find out who this killer is. Pretty straight to the point. I think it leaves a lot to the imagination too, which is kind of exciting, because there's a lot more than just that in the summary. It doesn't give it all away.
True. I feel like summaries have just gotten so simple, and I'm kind of here for it.
No, same. I've mentioned this a couple times in previous episodes, but one of my favorite things nowadays with new horror is trying to stay away from previews as much as possible. Like, I'm really trying not to see a lot of previews, because I want to try to go into new films as blind as possible. Especially, I don't know if you feel this way, but I think being in the horror community too, we have a lot of great people that are also pushing out content about these horror films, and I don't want to be subconsciously tainted by their opinions on things.
Meanwhile, we're tainting all of your opinions as you listen to this.
If you haven't seen it yet. Needless to say, Hard Eyes was released last year, February 7th, 2025. Finally, a movie that is released in anticipation of the holiday that it is about. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for doing that. And it received generally positive reviews from critics and grossed $33 million on a budget of $18 million. It did underperform a bit with couples, with only 40% of opening weekend attendees going with a spouse or a date.
This would be a great, actually, like first date film.
Yes.
First or like new romance film, just because it's like fun. More so than that, I think it's perfect for what you and I did. Go grab a buddy.
It was so light. We didn't have a lot of thought behind it, really. It was just like, oh, this is out. This is a horror film. It's about Valentine's Day. That's fun. And let's go watch it. And that's what we did. We kept it light. We kept it fun. Hard Eyes got a 6 out of 10, though, which I was very surprised to see for this film.
The tomato meter says 78% and the popcorn meter is 76%. And that goes along with it didn't underperform, it didn't overperform. It was just performed.
Yes. It simply performed.
And I agree with that.
I think a lot of this film, too, can lend its success to the fact that it was directed by Josh Rubin, because this film is not just a horror film on Valentine's Day. It's also very comedic. There's a little bit of that draw from both sides there, which really opens up the audience to people that may not go to horror films all the time or may not go to comedy all the time.
Josh Rubin actually said he wanted all of the romantic moments to feel like a Nora Ephron moment, while also having the Wes Craven moments. So marrying those two worlds.
I gotta say, I think he was kind of successful in that blend.
He was. I have a lot of mixed feelings. But yes, I think he cutely married those two genres into whatever you would categorize this as.
Yeah. Well, I'm very, very excited to hear what your thoughts are. So shall I pick you up and take you over the threshold of the doorway into my love shack? And then we can start talking about this film.
That sounds like a threat, but yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Our film starts with a young couple celebrating Valentine's Day at a scenic winery overlook. It's complete with candles, champagne, all the kind of like awkward proposal energy. It's sort of making fun of itself. It's very over the top.
I can't tell if I think it's genius or if it bothers me, you know? I think the saturation of the pastels, the exaggeration of flowers and romance and everything just kind of bothers me. And I know it's supposed to be doing that, but I can't get how this reminds me of something I would have on my Pinterest board from like 12 years ago.
It's that tie between reality, right? Like you put it on your Pinterest board, you're like, that would be so beautiful. But maybe if it did happen in real life, you would think it was almost kind of too cheesy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now that I've gotten proposed to and been engaged, like just retrospect, I would have fucking loved this.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I hate it. To add to this cheesiness, we've got a banger of a song that you might have heard Emma singing up top. We've got Amazed by Lone Star. That literally took me back to a different time.
I forgot that that's how the film started. So when the producer and I were watching it, oh girl, I was belting that out. I was happy that I was going to be in for a fun ride. There's some good music in this film.
Dude, bangers. I was taken aback in a good way.
Yeah, there you go.
And so we have all of these cheesy elements. Not to mention this couple that's getting engaged looks like Pinterest. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It looks like sorority girl.
It's like peak 2016.
It's so peak 2016. Mm-hmm. Is she wearing a hat? I wouldn't doubt if she's wearing a hat.
She is. She is.
She
has a scarf. I think she has ankle boots on. Don't quote me on that, but I'm feeling the vibe.
She is 2016. I love it. So that's happening. The song is playing. The guy, do we catch his name?
I don't think.
I call him Loverboy. So Loverboy is saying his little speech, his monologue about he wants to marry her. You're the best thing ever. She's actually mouthing the words that he's saying. Homegirl has planned this to a T.
It's such a small detail, but so fucking hilarious.
So good. There's so many like weird small details in this movie that they didn't have to do because it's a very just surface level film, but I appreciate them nonetheless.
Another thing I like that is a little bit of a small detail, but kind of funny because it really gets brought up in the film, is he proposes to her in a way where he gives her a strawberry to eat. And she starts eating it, and the ring is in the strawberry. And I think she says something to him like I told you I didn't want the ring in anything I was going to eat.
Yeah, she says, I told you not to put it in food. Do it again. I don't know if she says do it again, but so that's funny. The vibe. And something I noted directly at this scene was this movie is unnecessarily gross. Like even just with the strawberry, she spits it out into, I think, his hand and he picks out the ring or something. And just even that gross bite of strawberry and the sound that accompanies it,
it got you.
It got me. And I think it doesn't quite take me over the edge of gross, but it's really teetering on the border there throughout this entire film. But that was a fucking strawberry took me out.
I think that also was probably just so intentional. You know, they want you to be on that edge. They want you to be towing that line of comfortable and kind of enjoying it to almost not enjoying it and uncomfortable.
I think it does a good job of leading with the romance part of it and then reminding you, no, this is a horror film.
Yeah. That's the perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
One other thing I love about this proposal situation is as he's proposing to her name, he goes, Adeline Delilah Garrett.
Literally the most Pinterest girl name.
Oh my goodness. And we have no room to talk, but also we have the right to make fun of this because we also have basic bitch white girl names. So,
and I am this basic bitch white girl.
Yeah,
this is
that
me.
is true. You know what? That is damn true.
Just like this movie can make fun of itself, I can make fun of myself.
We love it. We love to see it. In the distance of this proposal as it's happening, there's a figure watching them from the trees, and we don't see who it is. You can kind of concur that it might be the killer in this film. Then the groom gets a call, and it turns out that it's actually the photographer who's in the trees trying to get that secret shot of their proposal. As you all know, whoever is engaged, a lot of people tend to try to have like some sort of secret photography or something where someone's trying to capture the moment secretly.
I don't know if you clocked this, but I certainly did. His ringtone, also, who has ringtones anymore? His ringtone is Pony by Genuine.
Loved it. Loved it.
This soundtrack, where is it? It's on Spotify, I'm sure. I love it.
It gave me a good break in the film, similar to how in Disturbia, when the friend calls him and it's, oh, me so honey. Oh, me so
That's
honey.
right.
And it breaks kind of the tension of the scene. And I sort of like that a lot.
I do too.
I love
Genuine.
Pony by Genuine.
Reminds me of Channing Tatum. I think it reminds everybody of Channing Tatum. Anyways, so our lover boy is kind of yelling at the photographer because he didn't get the shot or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't the photographer say, hey, I need you to do it again?
Do it again.
I couldn't quite get it.
He says, I didn't get the shot. There's something wrong with the lighting. And Loverboy is saying, you need to get the shot. We're going to do it again or I will end you on Yelp. I loved that line because as a former elite Yelper, I support this thread.
Wait, why did you drop from your throne?
Because I stopped giving a fuck.
Oh. Right as the photographer hangs up the phone with Loverboy, he gets stabbed right through the lens and into his eyes by, I think, an arrow?
Yeah, great use of Cupid shit.
Yeah.
Was this 3D when we saw it? It must have been.
It is absolutely giving 3D.
It's giving 3D hard.
And it gives you a little bit of a jump scare because you're in sort of the
proximity.
You're like viewing through the lens of the photographer and then the arrow just comes like right between your vision.
Objects in screen might be smaller than they appear.
Might kill you more than they appear.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're making a Jurassic Park reference. I like it.
No, it's your fucking mirrors on your car.
That is in Jurassic Park.
And just in general life.
No, I know. I just wanted to make sure you knew it was in Jurassic Park.
Get your head out of the Jurassic gutter.
Shortly after, the groom then gets shot with an arrow from across the overlook and the bride screams and runs away. Rightfully so.
Something I was thinking about, because I love to pick shit apart, is if the girl really did plan her like perfect proposal and was having this groom just do everything to a T that she's planned, her friends and family would be hiding either there or at a hotel waiting to celebrate with them after.
We don't know though. They could be.
They could be, but I don't know. You know I'd be there if this were you getting proposed to. You know I'd be there.
That's true. That's true.
And thus being able to stop a killer maybe. I don't know.
I would love to see that.
Also, wouldn't they have heard the photographer scream?
I think it happened so fast. He got shot in the freaking knot in between the eyes. So a cat and mouse chase sort of ensues through the winery with the bride hiding in some vines, and she's getting chased by the killer that has killed her fiance and the photographer that she doesn't really know of. And she gets a call from her fiance's phone while she's waiting in some vines. And it is the killer. He's breathing really heavily and laughing on the other side. And the bride, I love this part, she threatens him and she's like, "You messed with the wrong bride."
This girl reminds me of me. She's the bride.
She's the bride. She's the bride. When Allie was engaged and throughout her whole bachelorette party, we just kept saying, "She's the bride.
I'm the bride.
She's the bride." So the bride in this film, she manages to run away despite being shot by an arrow in the foot. And she runs into a cellar where she finds a security guard and she's trying to tell him what's going on, trying to warn him that the killer is coming. And this poor guy, he just gets killed almost immediately.
Legit. Dagger right to the nose immediately. But I kind of respect that from the killer because it's like, no bullshit. I'm gonna kill you.
Totally.
And it was the weapon was a tiny baby like heart dagger. This Heart Eyes killer has a menagerie of weapons.
He does. And I think earlier we thought it was a arrow that hit the photographer through the lens. And now I'm remembering, I think it was actually a machete.
Something sharp. I don't know.
It was something crazy
There
sharp.
are arrows in this though.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of arrows. Very Cupid-like you mentioned. The chase is still on, but the bride tries to hide in... At first, I thought it was like one of the barrels, but then the inside of it, you slowly realize that it's this big, fancy grape crusher.
Yeah, it's actually called a grape press. You were dead on with that.
I had a feeling that you were going to know exactly what it was called.
I dabble in the vineyards.
When you always do the grape stomp thing, right?
I do.
Yeah, so.
Very different than this, but yeah. There are grapes involved in both.
There are grapes.
To me, it looks like the Titan submersible.
Oh.
You know I love a good...
Oh, God.
Don't take me down this rabbit hole.
All I know is that it made me fucking claustrophobic.
Yes, exactly.
And scared.
Also, why would this bitch basically offer up herself for free? She's just putting herself in a small place while she's being chased.
I think there's going to be a theme of...
Dumb.
A theme of dumb. But nevertheless, Mr. Hard Eyes Man, he locks her inside of this crusher. And whew, you guys, this is an amazing scene because she gets squished and we see through the window on the outside of this, what did you call it?
A grape press.
A grape press. We see her head explode from the pressure and from the crush. And the irony of this is just so funny because there is a bucket of Ledoux wine getting filled with red liquid from the grape press. And guess what? It ain't wine. It's her blood.
This girl literally basically killed herself.
Yep.
But what I'd like to bring up in this scene is... Like I mentioned, this movie is decently disgusting. And like, while they don't pull away and you like hear a sound of her head getting crushed, you see her head get crushed.
Oh, yeah.
And as it's getting crushed, you see her eyes like bulge out of her head. And it kind of reminds me of when Casper turns into the runny egg in the Lazarus. And I have a visual if you'd like to look. You're welcome.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
You know, that Lazarus. She was basically in the Lazarus.
She absolutely was.
Can I keep you? Girl. Full circle.
Oh my God. Can I keep you? A fun fact here about how Hard Eyes was made and his costume design is that the mask designer for Hard Eyes, special effects artist Tony Gardner, he also created the killer masks for Freaky, Happy Death Day. There's that parallel that you talked about earlier, and Totally Killer.
Totally Killer, which stars one of our stars in this film.
Also, I didn't mention it here, but I guess I'm just going to fucking mention it. He was also the creator of Chucky. So just...
That's right.
Yeah. Very, very iconic. Lots of great skills. Love it. Then we just cut to title card, which just has Hard Eyes on there. It's cute. It's fun. It's got red writing. It's quick and dirty.
Very seasonal.
Very, very, very seasonal. How do you think this cold open is in like establishing the genre? I
think based on the fact that this is our first section talking about it and we spent like 20 minutes, I think it did what it was meant to do. It has us talking about it. It started a conversation, you know, oh, this is so cheesy, but we want it to be cheesy. So establishing what this movie is going to be, it definitely did that effectively.
Did you think at all that this film was going to center on that first couple, or did you...
No.
Yeah, you kind of had a feeling it was sort of just for the plot.
Yeah, it's like Scream, right?
Yeah.
So irrelevant kills up top.
Okay, another question for you. What did you think of Hard Eyes as the killer, like visually? What do you think of his looks?
I think it's a little too...
Like on the nose?
On the nose it's very, very similar to My Bloody Valentine. Mm-hmm. It's a little too close to a gas mask to differentiate itself. But overall, I love the look. I think it looks great.
I love the eyes. I mean, just to the point, hard eyes, you know? I also think that the material of his mask, it kind of looks like the Scarecrow from The Dark Knight. The same sort of material a little bit. I thought it looked
like skin.
I think it's supposed to be kind of ambiguous. So I liked it.
I liked the visual. I just, in terms of, as far as like different Valentine's Day killers, a little more differentiation would have been great. But no, I liked the look overall.
What I really would have liked to have seen as the Hard Eyes killer, though, is like a big, fat, scary cherub that kind of looks like John Leguizamo as the Violator in Spawn. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Like this. Here, I also have photo evidence.
I know. So, fun fact, my older brother used to have a full-size cutout of fucking John Leguizamo as the clown.
God damn it, I knew I loved David.
I know.
Yeah.
He used to have it right at his front door. Like, why?
David, if you're listening to this, fuck yeah, brother.
Also, I would never want that to be the Heart Eyes.
Just saying. It would have been a little more maybe on theme.
I'm surprised you can tolerate clown, but you can't do Oswald Cobblepot.
Fuck no.
I'm surprised by that.
That's a whole other conversation.
Okay.
But I mean, I was really scared of him when I was little. It's worn off now, but I'm still scared of Oswald.
Yeah, because it's John Leguizamo. Watch Tu Wong Fu and you'll never be scared of John Leguizamo again.
Yeah, there you go.
Great film. After our seasonal title card, seasonal is such a fun word. Should be used more. After our title card, we get a straight shot to news clips about the Hard Eyes killer who's been on a tear for the past 2 years, specifically killing on Valentine's Day and targeting couples, although he will kill other people if you get in the way of killing those couples. So I guess he doesn't really discriminate. But what I love about this this scene is not only the compilation of news clips, so we're getting the exposition that we need, but we also get that paired with Happy Valentine's Day by Outkast. Such a banger. Like 3 bangers and we're not even 5 minutes into the film. We got Pony, we got Amazed, and we got Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
And it just gets better. So just wait, y'all.
Yeah. But like we said, the past 2 years, the Heart Eyes Killer has targeted Boston and Philly, and only on Valentine's Day and mainly targeting couples. They really, really want you to know that he mainly targets couples.
Yeah.
And I love that in some of these short clips where they're showing young people kind of shitting on Valentine's Day. I feel like it's such a cool thing now to shit on Valentine's Day. I don't do anything on Valentine's Day. Who makes plans on Valentine's Day?
It's so lame if you celebrate that.
And there's this couple, this girl is raw dogging an Arizona iced tea while she roasts her boyfriend. Classic.
That sounds like the producer doing that to me. He loves Arizonas.
So do I. We have a very similar palate.
You do.
This movie's very clearly and directly targeted at the youth.
Oh, gosh.
The youths.
I fully agree. I think it's supposed to make them almost cringe a little bit and feel like it's chuggy.
Yeah, I feel like they're making fun of millennials, us.
They are.
I feel
attacked.
I feel attacked.
Then we immediately meet Allie.
Hey.
And it's spelled the same way as you too. Wow, look at that.
I don't know if I love that or hate that.
Allie in this film is played by Olivia Holt, and she is in Seattle, and she plays a cynical kind of graphic designer or campaign manager or something who hates Valentine's Day.
I always get sort of confused about who Olivia Holt is, but as we mentioned, she was in Totally Killer, and I do love Totally Killer. Her character here is not very dissimilar to Pam in Totally Killer.
Yeah.
But I always get confused about her, but I didn't know she was a Disney kid kind of turned baby scream queen.
I have only seen her in this and Totally Killer.
She's a singer.
Didn't even know.
I didn't either.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think she did a terrible job, though. I would love to see her in more.
Yeah.
To see if I would start to really like her more. Is that mean to say?
No, because I totally get what you're saying. So, yes, Allie is very cynical about Valentine's Day. She's giving off this vibe that she too wants to shit talk the holiday. But
yeah.
So how do you feel about Valentine's Day?
I personally love Valentine's Day because I think similar to you, we just love all holidays. I like an excuse to have a theme. I love an excuse to decorate the house. I also think that there doesn't need to be one day that you should shower your love to someone, but there is enough consumerism in this nation to find some cute things to give your honey for Valentine's Day. I totally understand people that are against it because it definitely is a holiday made to just buy more shit. But I don't know. I kind of like it. And I think I like it even more now that we've seen My Bloody Valentine, the original, because I fucking love that film.
So do I.
So
we should watch that.
Yeah, we should.
That's a
watch
true
that
classic.
this?
Yeah. That's a true classic right
but
there.
What are your thoughts? I feel like you feel similar to me.
I feel extremely similar to you. I do like it. I love me a good I love little I love it. I love it. And I like that it can, yes, it is the February 14th, but I like that you can celebrate all month. It's got a winter vibe, and you can celebrate with your gals. You can celebrate with anybody you love. So Allie's getting coffee with her best friend, Monica, who's played by Gigi Zumbato. And she plays that titular sassy best friend who kind of tells it like it is, but she also definitely moves the plot along, and you gotta love her. You need her. And I feel like this would be my role in a movie. Besides being a first girl, it'd be either that or sassy best friend.
Something else about this role specifically is this is one of the very, very clear ties to a rom-com. I'm going to say it throughout this film, but I think I'm just going to yell rom-com when I feel like this film is making a direct parallel to a character or something that is habitually in rom-coms that we see.
We need a button.
We do. Oh my God. Rom-com.
Rom-com. Yeah, because that's
Red
not
rom.
annoying.
Red rom.
Ooh, I
rom-com.
like that one. So Allie is venting to Mon. I kind of call her Mon because I feel like I am her a little bit.
Okay.
She's venting to Mon about how she's super fucking stressed at work and she's pretty sure she's going to get fired. And Allie, that is so relatable because all millennials think they're going to get fired every single second of the day.
Yep. We have major imposter syndrome.
Yes. So while Allie and Mon are getting their coffee and having existential meltdowns, we see a really cute guy walk in, and that's played by Mason Gooding. He plays Jay, and he's also a little Scream king of himself. He comes from the Scream universe, actually. Allie and Jay have a random little meet cute when Allie goes to pick up her coffee. Jay grabs for that same coffee, and she's like, there's no way you ordered my extremely girly drink, whatever she says. They have the same gross, girly coffee order, and he's like, yeah, I did. What a meet cute. I don't know. And she also makes a big deal about bringing her own metal straw into a coffee shop. And I don't think that's as big of a flex as she thinks it is.
I think there was a time when everyone was getting metal straws and it was becoming this huge thing of like, oh, we're going to save the environment.
Absolutely. But bringing it to a coffee shop?
Yeah. I mean, people brought it everywhere.
Also, this was made last year. I feel like metal straws were very 2018.
Correct. But I feel like they're just modeling some of those things that make us a little like,
I'm just a
little
Nikki
cringy.
Pitter.
Yeah. You're a Nikki Pitter?
Nikki Pitter. Picky nits?
Nitpicker.
Yeah.
Okay. God. Whoa. That really hurt my brain for a hot second. Woo. Something that's really cute in the scene is when Allie and Jay, they actually drop something, I think a straw or a napkin or something like that, and they both go down and do the classic headbutt. Another rom-com thing that we see a lot is just that it kind of adds to the whole meet cute element.
This is where I thought to myself, okay, this might be too making fun of itself for me. Like too slapsticky, too cheesy. But this indicated that I knew exactly where this was going. And I was like, okay, so maybe it's too much for me. But if you watch, they have a cute little deleted scene section on YouTube. And they actually did fucking bonk heads.
No way.
In real life. And
Oh
the
my
director
gosh.
was like, fuck, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
You can hear
I hope they used that scene.
No, because they actually react like like you would if you fucking bonked a head.
Oh no.
It's a big loud bonk.
And so funny.
I might add, this is the most decorated coffee shop for Valentine's Day in the entire world. But then I look at my living room and yes, I do have a Valentine's Day Christmas tree.
There could be a girl that works there who's just like you.
She's an Allie.
We have no idea.
Aren't we
have
all?
no idea. Something that happens too in this whole exchange is that They leave each other because Allie has to like really zip.
Homegirl's embarrassed.
She's embarrassed. Yeah. She's like, I gotta go. And instead of recognizing the energy that they're having and the chemistry and getting his phone number, maybe she just like fucking bails. So as Mr. Cute Guy, Jay, is about to leave the coffee shop, the news is playing on a TV in the background, and it's recounting the recent slaying of a couple and 2 others at a winery. And it is suspected that it is HEK. So now we can deduce like he's on the move again.
Yeah, and he's wound up in Seattle where this is taking place. And that's like so Ted Bundy.
So Ted Bundy. Then back with Allie, we find out that she works at a jewelry company and she has a terrible boss. Her boss is hilarious, but in the worst way. And just kind of treats everybody like shit, it seems, has very high standards, and likes to embarrass people in front of the whole crowd. So she ends up getting in trouble for creating a Till Death Do Us Part marketing campaign for this jewelry diamond company she works at, while there is a real serial killer on the loose. The boss sort of gets mad at her for the timeliness of like all of this, even though I'm sorry, she didn't anticipate that was going to happen.
She didn't anticipate. Also, it's all over the news. Shouldn't you be aware too? If
that's true.
Like how are you? How is she more aware than you are? Mm-hmm. Don't be making excuses. You could have known that as well. Maybe it's just my brain, and I know my brains differently, but I love Till Death Do Us Part as a campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually show video of the campaign, and it's so Titanic coded.
Well, it has the scene from Titanic. It has the scene.
It has a couple different like famous death. I think they might have like Romeo and Juliet too. Like,
and I think there's a Bonnie and Clyde one.
Yes, right? You're right. Yeah. So we see it, and I don't hate it. But there are all of her colleagues are like, oh, you're profiting off of the deaths of couples to sell jewelry. I'm sorry, all of you in this room approved of this campaign.
Like, this shit takes a long time. It doesn't just get stood up in one day. How the hell did she know this was going to happen? She didn't know.
You guys had all of the opportunity to flag this. I'm sure you're using what? What do we got? We got Asana. What are we using?
Oh God. All the project management systems.
Monday? Are you a Monday user? I don't know.
Just the goddamn email. Yeah. Tell me what you think about it.
Honestly, classic email. You don't need a project management system.
Yeah. Her boss then forces her to collaborate with a newcomer who's going to be helping turn this campaign around. And what do you know? We find out that Jay, the guy she met in the coffee shop, is the new hire. He's charming, optimistic, very rom-com coded. Allie is shocked. She's like, oh shit, it's him. And then she's having some complicated feelings because they obviously had chemistry and she thought he was cute, but now he's kind of coming in to correct her wrong, so to speak.
Awkward.
Very awkward.
It's not necessarily the classic enemies to lovers, but it's
kind of.
It's getting there. And to me, it's very How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yes. Oh my God. Absolutely.
Rom-com.
Yep. She is Andy.
So
Andy is her.
She is Andy, yes. And he is Ben?
Ben.
Yeah, Ben.
Okay.
So basically, Allie is now being forced to come up with a whole new campaign for this jewelry that she has to put out with Jay. Of course, it has to be on Valentine's Day.
Of course.
And of course, he has to leave tomorrow, so we have to do it tonight.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. He's like, oh, like I'll meet you for dinner or something. Or it's kind of a interesting little thing. Okay, Elsa, I have a couple questions for you, though. I think you kind of already mentioned it, but does this rom-com, does it feel very intentionally cliche?
Oh, for sure.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one thinking that.
I think that's what's almost bothering me about it.
Uh-huh. It's just making you feel not uncomfortable, but...
No, more annoyed.
Yeah. I was like, there's a feeling in there somewhere. What is it?
It was annoyance. I don't know if anything makes me really uncomfortable, but I just more trying too hard. But I think this movie does a good job of trying too hard intentionally.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's totally poking fun at like a Hallmark vibe.
Yes. And that in turn all annoys me.
Yeah. So anyways, annoying.
But did you enjoy that aspect of it?
I kind of liked it. That's hence why in my notes everywhere, and I keep saying rom-com. I think overall, I just enjoyed making those parallels. Like it was almost a game for me watching this.
I did gamify it as well, but to a certain extent, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Do we buy Allie as being a horror final girl right away?
You know what? I really hope she's not pigeonholing herself because I buy it based on my bias from seeing her in Totally Killer and her attitude.
Yeah.
But after watching interviews with her, that's just kind of how she is.
Yeah.
So yes, I buy it. I need to stop spoiling things for myself.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm trying to be as in the dark as possible. Then we cut to another scene where we are introduced to two detectives and they are investigating the winery murders. And we're introduced to Shaw, who is played by Jordana Brewster. She's obsessed with her online dating and she's
like actively swiping left and right on the job.
And telling her detective partner about the guys that she's swiping on.
She'll like be looking at blood and guts and be like, oh, I got one.
It's so funny.
We cannot forget that she was also in The Faculty.
She was.
And I must say, I think that she's been a part of a lot of people's sexual awakenings, but definitely
she's looking good.
She's from Inception. When I learned of who she was, I was like, oh.
You're really tongue-tied by her beauty right now, aren't you?
She gets me all tongue-tied.
Speaking of people getting us tongue-tied, is her detective partner, which is Hobbs, played by Devon Sawa.
Friend of the pod.
Something kind of funny here, though, with their names, Owls, that I don't know if you've realized, is that they are Hobbs and Shaw because it is a tie to not only her being in the Fast and Furious franchise, but there was a spin-off Fast and Furious movie that came out with characters Hobbs and Shaw, played by Jason Statham and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
What a very random but substantial ode. I mean, I recognize the names, but I never watched any of the Fast and the Furious universe, so I was just like, whatever.
It's so fun. While they're investigating the crime scene, they end up finding a ring with the initials JS engraved inside.
And they realize that the initials on the ring don't match any of the victims that they find. Hobbs and Shaw move into the grape press to like go investigate, obviously, Adelaide's death. Hobbs is saying the killer's probably living in his mom's basement, some, messed up person who got his heart crushed when he was younger. And Shaw says, okay, we're assuming it's a he. And she mentions it could be some girl who never got asked to prom.
Based on that, though, Shaw definitely seems to believe that it is the Heart Eyes Killer, HEK, and actually gets confirmation from a developed photo that the photographer took right before being killed. Back with Allie, while in the bathroom with Monica, they're chatting. They're just kind of like debriefing on what just happened that was witnessed in front of all of her coworkers. And Jay calls to her from outside the bathroom and sort of invites her to a Valentine's Day dinner so that they can work on the campaign before he has to fly out that next morning.
Now Jay's basically asked Allie out on Valentine's Day. And is that weird to ask a colleague out to a work dinner on Valentine's Day? It's weird?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Especially them just meeting. I think it'd be different if they worked together for a really long time and there are strong boundaries that are simply platonic. But they obviously had chemistry in the morning and thought each other was cute.
That is true. Besides that fact, though, imagine you're just a mutual.
Yeah, yes. I still think it's weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have never gone out to dinner with any of my coworkers that were not like a female friend, or I was at a group dinner with a client.
But they have a purpose to meet up.
Do they have to go to dinner, though?
That's true.
They could go to a WeWork.
You got to eat.
Get some beers.
That's true.
Order some pizza.
That sounds better than a fancy dinner, actually. That sounds like more fuckable than a fancy dinner.
Hey. Something funny here, too, is that he does mention that him flying out the next day will be because he is going to be attending his best friend's wedding.
Of course he is.
Rom-com.
Rom-com. You're the button.
I'm the freaking button. After work, Allie and Mon, right? Is that what we're calling her? Mon. They are getting some happy hour drinks before Allie has to go to this dinner with Jay. The news comes on again in the background on a TV. And this time we're seeing it as the viewer that there is a couple that's been murdered while getting some couple massages / like spa treatment.
R.I.P. You hate to see it.
That is terrifying. They went out in pure relaxation. Or is that the way to go?
Or is it the Titan submersible?
Shit.
All these options. During this happy hour and them hearing the news of more killings, Mon is actually talking about her sugar daddy. You go, Mon. I love that for her.
We support you, Mon.
She would have a sugar daddy.
Yeah, she would. So Monica and Allie are discussing how Allie is still obsessed with her ex. She's been like scrolling on her social media, checking on what he's doing. He's with a new gal, all this stuff. But she apparently ended things. So Monica wants her to get super dressed up for dinner with Jay and kind of turn it into like a very official date.
Yeah, she's basically saying you need to get on top of Jay to get over your ugly British ex. And we need to go do a shopping makeover montage with Sugar Daddy's credit card.
It's so cute. I love a shopping montage, first of all.
We all do.
I'm just going to say rom-com. The Sweetest Thing, hello, one of the most iconic.
Oh, I love that.
Iconic wardrobe shopping montages of all time.
You know what's kind of funny about that shopping montage is in The Sweetest Thing, their shopping montage is an ode to other romantic comedies.
Exactly. Because the same thing happens here. So we get like a bunch of different ones. I think there's like Clueless, Romeo and Michelle,
Pretty Woman,
Legally Blonde, I think. Oh, so fun. I love a good Easter egg. But Allie ends up going with a very millennial neutral office look that Monica obviously hates and should hate. As Allie makes her way to dinner, she's the first one there. She sits down. She's kind of getting ready for this. And she's being very serious. She's not giddy. She's not getting nervous. She's just like, okay, I want to get this over with type of thing. Jay is quite late to dinner, but then finally arrives.
One thing I will mention as well is they make another big deal out of her metal straw. And after they're doing metal detectors because the hard ice killer is on the loose. But she's like, oh, you guys, I just have my metal straw. And when I was rewatching this for this episode, I was like, why do I keep bringing up the fucking metal straw? And obviously that means we're going to need it later.
That's my favorite thing to look out for in films is what's that thing that's getting repeatedly shown or something that just keeps coming into the film.
They have a couple of those in this movie too. It's just something that is intentionally driving the plot forward. It's not like it's got a purpose.
After Jay finally appears, it does seem like he's trying to make it a little bit of a date. She, at first, like we mentioned, she just wants to talk. She's like, cut the bullshit, Jay. Let's fucking just do this campaign.
This is another one of those scenes where I think they're working too hard at it. And I feel like Jay, well, first of all, no one is that outwardly pessimistic towards somebody. She just met him. You can be way nicer. And also, he's super fucking hot. No one is this outwardly cheesy to somebody they just met because he's all, I believe in love. You know,
which he does explain a little bit later of why he's such a cheeseball. But I agree with you. If anyone was treating me like this, especially during my dating days, I would have thought they were trying to be a player. Hardcore.
Oh my God. This would not work on me one iota.
It would be so like disingenuous.
Well, to me, it's not attractive either.
Oh, agreed. Fully agree.
And they are on complete opposite sides of romance at this dinner. And he's all about butterflies and she thinks love is dead.
I love this part in the dinner too, because she's very intense on her views on love and how pessimistic she is that it causes him to get up and leave.
Straight up. He's like, oh, okay, you're going to go off on me? I'm a bounce. Don't be this mean to a hot colleague, especially not on Valentine's Day. I don't know.
I think a lot of it, though, is she's stressed. She had a really hard day, too, at work. I think she's projecting a lot. And she does say that because she ends up chasing after him outside of the restaurant and apologizing for what happened. Then as they're talking, I love this scene. She runs into her ex who's out with his new girlfriend and she thinks on her feet. She thinks quickly. She's got Jay here who's hot, like we mentioned, very hot. She grabs Jay to kiss him so that as her ex is walking in, he will see her. He will see that she's kissing a new guy and hopefully cause some jealousy. So rom-com.
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 Rom-com. What are the fucking odds that you would just run into your ex on Valentine's Day?
Hey, it happens in this
One
film.
time I was walking at the beach and I ran into two of my exes with my new boyfriend.
Now husband. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that well.
Two.
Yep. That's actually fucking crazy, to be completely honest.
And that's on odds.
That is a rom-com.
Yeah.
If I've ever heard one. Once this kiss is over, her ex actually recognizes her and is like, oh, hey, Allie, what's going on? And they have this meet between the four of them. So he's introducing his new gal. She's introducing Jay as a friend, but they kind of stumble over each other and say two different words at the same time, like boyfriend, friend or something.
Yeah, it lands on the ex thinking that they're a couple.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Allie and Jay find out that her ex and his girlfriend, they were supposed to be meeting another couple and having a double date for dinner, but their friends got murdered.
And they were like, yeah, by the heart ice killer. They said, you know what? But we are keeping our dinner reservation in their honor. And Allie and Jay are like, word, okay.
Yeah.
Freaks.
And as they walk away, the couple jokingly tell Allie and Jay, don't get killed, all right?
Word.
Word. So I really liked this scene personally, but maybe that's just me.
It is. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
Then we see that the Hard Eyes Killer saw Jay and Allie kiss. And this is setting off a totally new target for him. He's watching. He's now got his eyes on Jay and Allie, and he's not going to let them out of his sight. Allie and Jay then share an Uber, and it drops Allie off at her place first.
And while they're in the car, this fun driver, their Uber driver, Lyft driver, whatever he is, he's like, "Happy Valentine's Day, guys." Allie, again, is saying, "We are not a couple." She really hones in on that a lot.
She does.
And the driver's like, "Whatever, do you like Spotify? I have an ultimate sex scenes playlist." And Jay says, "I mean, I love Spotify."
I love that. I would have done the same thing.
Good on this Uber driver.
I love it. I love it.
But Allie jumps out and she realizes she's actually locked herself out of her apartment. And Jay's actually talking to the Uber driver. And the Uber driver says, "Yo, get your girl. Go help her.
Go help her. It's love." It's, those characters that push a little bit in a rom-com.
He's a little Cupid.
He's a little Cupid guy. She tells Jay that she left her keys in the montage dressing room from earlier.
Again, driving the plot forward.
Absolutely.
We needed her to lose those keys during that montage.
Nonetheless, he helps her to break into her apartment, and he cuts his hand on some of the window glass. So she wants to try to help him with that.
Why is our first option to break a window?
That would never be my first option. I think just for the sake of the movie, they had to move quickly. She goes and then gets a first aid kit, and she's helping Jay in another classic rom-com scene of one of them getting hurt, and then there's a first aid kit scene, and they're really close to each other.
And of course, her apartment's so messy, and she's tidying real fast. Yeah. So while Allie is cleaning up Jay's hand, she's grabbing all the glass out of it, trying to treat that wound. He's like, "Oh, you're really good at this. What'd you go to med school?" And she's like, "I dropped out." Okay. What a pivot going from med school to a marketing career. And yeah, so she actually dropped out of medical school because she can't handle blood. Wouldn't you know that before you pay thousands of dollars to try medical school?
You would think so. And I also wonder, maybe this is very intense and going down a rabbit hole, but if there are enough people that in the world don't like the sight of blood, or maybe don't learn until they're in medical school that they don't like blood, you'd think that that would be kind of like on your very first day, or like part of your preparation paperwork. Like, are you okay with blood? Go watch a horror movie.
Also, she's a woman, assuming she gets a monthly
That's true.
menstrual cycle.
Yep.
And she probably would have known.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a movie.
As they're talking, though, he's asking her a little bit more of why she wanted to go into medicine in the first place. And the best part ever in this scene is he can't see it, but she notices her vibrator is on her nightstand, and I think it starts going off and vibrating.
It's fucking hot pink.
It's so funny, and I love that she like slyly takes it to her closet as they're talking.
What I liked about this is I was listening to an interview with Josh Rubin, and they actually let Olivia decide how she wanted to handle the vibrator scene.
Oh,
just like
funny.
how would you, as a young woman, how would you naturally handle this situation? You have this new random guy in your apartment with your hot pink dildo. What are you going to do? So this is what she did.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah.
There could have been several ways that this could have gone.
Improv. Yeah. You just start using it.
That was just going to say the same thing. When she opens the closet, she unfortunately comes face to face with the Hard Eyes Killer, and she throws the vibrator at his head and it bounces off, which is fucking amazing.
Not the vibrator.
Not the vibrator.
And this wasn't necessarily a jump scare, but just a cute little reminder, like we talked about, to remind you this is a horror film.
Yeah, don't worry. He's still there.
What if they didn't get into her apartment? What if she was fully locked out?
Okay, he would have found a way.
Valentine's Day would end.
Maybe. Or she goes back to his hotel.
Maybe they go to Vegas and elope.
I'm seeing a different situation here.
Yeah.
You never know. Jay and Allie then try their best to fight the killer and eventually make their way out of her apartment, but the Hard Eyes Killer follows them while hurling arrows at them, just like narrowly missing any parts of their body. Allie's like, "Bro, we're not a real couple. Like, stop chasing us. Stop trying to kill us. We are not a real couple."
She straight up says, "Back the fuck off."
It's so funny.
You can kind of see Hard Eyes almost thinking about backing the fuck off. But then they see Jay calling 911 and shoots his hand with an arrow.
Woof. Woof, woof, woof.
Ouch. Back to the hand thing. Lots of hand injuries in horror films.
Lots of hand stuff.
Hand stuff.
At one point, too, in this whole situation, Hard Eyes knocks Jay out cold, but Allie's able to stop anything more happening to him by getting Hard Eye Killer's attention so that he can chase her and stop focusing on Jay.
And during this whole altercation, Hard Eyes actually takes a little break to swing on a swing set.
Yeah.
Don't know if you saw that. And the killer actually has that classic fucking slow walk.
Yep.
One of our classic killers.
Just fucking run.
Seriously.
It never makes sense. But this is making fun of rom-coms. This is also kind of making fun of horror films, too. Yeah. So we got to remember that's in there, too. Allie then lures Mr. Hard Eyes to a very spooky, kind of dark, shut-down carousel in this park. And there's no one around in the park. It's at night. She has left Jay, but at least he's relatively safe because Hard Eyes is not chasing after him. Hard Eyes cannot find her at first on the carousel, so he turns it on. He starts spinning it, I think, pretty fast, and he's now looking for Allie amongst all of the different animals and the mechanics that are going up and down. Allie and Hard Eyes then find each other, but Allie manages to kick him off of it before they both continue their chase off the ride.
Of course they would end up in a fucking abandoned theme park.
I thought for a second it was going to be like a carnival, like an abandoned carnival or something.
I mean, it could be.
But a carousel is totally fine too. We don't get too crazy right out of the gate.
Malls have carousels.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Then the cops end up pulling up right in time, and the Hard Eyes Killer escapes but leaves Allie and Jay, and they're relatively safe in this situation. Allie then asks where Jay is, but a cop helping her gets distracted by a radio alert saying that they caught the Hard Eyes Killer.
I don't know if you caught this, but there's some chatter over the radio in the background, and it's pretty funny. It's all the cops just saying, I just want to take a moment and say how incredibly proud I am to work with you people. Just top-notch work. Great job. Basically patting themselves on the back mid-investigation just for catching this killer that they're still trying to catch and book. But yeah, sure, we got time.
Yeah, embarrassing, guys. You got to get validation first, okay?
Hey, some of us need validation.
They do. They do. Allie's sitting in the back of an ambulance, and Hobbs and Shaw come up and they introduce themselves to her. And Allie asks if Hobbs and Shaw is like the movie, which I got very much a laugh out of.
And I also got a laugh because I reacted like Hobbs and Shaw because they go huh? Never seen it.
How did you find out?
It just sounded familiar, so I Googled it.
Oh, okay. So you found it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That's funny. Allie then finally reunites with Jay when she finds him, and he's now in the back of a cop car. So they're kind of chatting with each other just through the window.
And he is pissed.
He's fucking pissed.
He's straight up he's shaking his head saying, nope. He doesn't want any of her bullshit anymore. And he went from fucking falling on love to Bale City. He's like, no fucking way I'm going to be with you anymore.
Doesn't he say something funny too?
He says, these muscles were not made for violence. They were made for cuddling.
Okay, please. Jesus. The reason he's in the back of the cop car, though, is because the cops think that he is Hard Eyes because he was found wearing the mask and with the arrow shooter, I think, ?
Yeah.
With one of the weapons.
He looks guilty as fuck.
But thank God Allie is right there, and she pleads with them that he is not the killer and that she was with him all night.
Again, Hobbs and Shaw definitely think he's involved, and Shaw says, well, maybe your friend wasn't acting alone. Meanwhile, Hobbs is saying, we're going to take your tall, ripped friend in for questioning. Okay, D. Sawa, we see you.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Devon Sawa.
I would say that Devon Sawa is probably comedic relief in this.
Oh yeah, he's so good in this. He's so good.
He's good in everything.
Can I ask you a question? Just going back to when we were talking about just the decor that we have seen throughout this film up until this point, celebrating Valentine's Day. Do you think that contrast of the cute decor and everything that's feeling very rom-com, and then we get in the dark, spooky park with the carousel, does that contrast feel effective or too on the nose?
Would you call it a juxtaposition?
I would.
Thank you.
Yeah. But effective or too on the nose?
I mean, I like it. It's camp.
That's kind of my thought too, is I don't think it was made at all to be subtle.
Nothing about this movie is subtle.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's self-aware.
Yeah.
We love a self-aware queen.
I also, at this point in the film, liked that we we lost Jay for a hot second, because even though he did get knocked out and he was on the ground, there's still that question of like,
is he the killer?
Could he be one of the killers, perhaps? If there are multiple, is he the killer? We kind of have some questions about Jay a little bit.
Another thing this movie does well is it kind of does make you guess. It's good at leading.
And there's almost reasons for pretty much every character why it could be them. This next scene we're going to get into is, Allie, why don't you tell everyone? Because you said it while on our break, but very lackluster.
It's the most boring interrogation, pointless, but purposeful scene.
Yeah, they have Jay in holding in the interrogation room, and they are questioning him because they think he might have been the one that left the wedding band that they found at the winery, because his initials are JS.
And he's like, why would I have my own initials on my own wedding band? Facts. I mean, good question. And also, why would Hobbs not clock that his partner has JS initials?
JS is not also some crazy initial. That could be so many people.
Jeremy Sumter. He played Peter Pan. Remember
him? There you go.
Thank you.
See? Yep. There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. Shaw then questions how long Jay has known Allie, and she can tell by talking to him. And I think she even says at one point that he seems to care about her a lot.
She's trying to play good cop and say, oh, you must really care for her. It's weird because you haven't known her that long. He's like, I've known her for 14 hours. And he's like, yeah, I do really care about her. She's playing sexy good cop, and woof. Would that work on me?
With her specifically?
Oh, yeah. And Shaw starts to talk about how she's single, and Jay's like, oh, you're single? Wow, that's shocking. So they're both kind of coyly leveraging some flirtation to move through this awkward, weird moment.
Yeah, and as this is happening too, Allie arrives at the station and she's begging to get any info on Jay and just some sort of update on how long he's going to be, when he's going to be released, what have you. It's funny because the station's relatively empty. There's like one gal who's working at the front and maybe a couple cops in the back, including Sean Hobbs, that are doing the interrogation.
It's kind of wild that for a department that's just found a serial killer, you'd think there'd be more people at the station.
Yeah, and why aren't y'all trying to wrap up your paperwork? Or there's a lot of stuff that happens after anything happens out in the field. So very, very interesting. The front desk cop then eventually agrees to like go and try to ask someone to get some info for her. At the same time, an IT guy kind of starts chatting her up, and he's seemingly her age, and he just straight up asks her on a date. And if it didn't feel so random and misplaced, I think it would have been a cute kind of setup.
Yeah, she basically said, I was almost just murdered. And he respects that. But I was like, oh, don't shoot down IT Dave.
Yeah, hello. She shoots him down, but then wonders again out loud why no one is around. And the IT guy tells her, quote unquote, they are celebrating. They caught hard eyes. So then back with Shaw, she questions if Jay was in Boston and Philly when the other HEK attacks took place. And it turns out that he was, which is very, very crazy. And it definitely does not make his case look good.
No, but what are the actual fucking odds of that?
I think that was a cheap just thing to write into the script.
Yeah, but it also could be that maybe Jay's being targeted by the killer. I don't know.
Absolutely. Maybe there's a framing going on here. Then Shaw tries to use her charm or, her tools for a sexual awakening, as Allie would. As Allie would probably say.
Now you got my mind wandering.
Well, she's trying to use that charm to get more answers from Jay. So she sort of turns it up like a little higher.
While she's charming the pants off of Jay, a different cop actually comes in and grabs Shaw because there's a HWW outside. And it's a hysterical white woman.
Valid.
And
I like it.
I love it.
HWW.
When am I not an HWW?
Yeah. True. So Allie is waiting now by herself in the lobby, and she gets a little bit freaked out just knowing that the IT guy left, the other cop left her that was at the front trying to get an update for her on Jay. And so she grabs an American flag because I think she hears something a little bit weird, or it could even be just the normal sounds of the station, but something has clocked her a little bit that she needs to be kind of on the defense. And
she's fucking jumpy.
Yeah, she's jumpy. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
And she grabs an American flag to kind of potentially use as a weapon. Then Shaw comes out to chat with her. And Shaw is questioning Allie, but in a little bit of a different way, and is wondering why Allie cares so much about Jay. Allie admits to her that they kissed, so Hard Eyes must have thought that they were a real couple, hence why they were targeted and went to the park, the carousel, the whole thing.
And Shaw says, okay, well, that might make sense, but so do you, like, want to bang him or no?
It's such a weird thing to say. Like, girlfriend, chill out.
If a cop were talking to me like that, I'd be so confused, but I'd already be so confused, blindsided, enamored, whatever, all the things that I wouldn't
even care.
Would not give a fuck.
You just hear her singing a song like a siren. You don't even know what she's saying.
Olive honey skin, her long chestnut hair. She looks good. Let's move on.
Jordana Brewster.
I know. You can get it.
Big fans over here. Big fans. As Allie and Shaw are talking, the power then goes out and Shaw is going to leave her to go check it out. So Allie's alone again. But then the front desk cop comes back and then that bitch tries to leave too. And it's so funny because she's trying to leave to go and get a flashlight and Allie's so freaked out and is like, no, like, please don't leave. So the cop eventually grabs the flashlight from a closet and then unfortunately in the closet gets yeeted with the American flag by Hard Eyes after Allie had warned her about even going in there in the first place.
See, the American flag came back into play.
It did.
And I'm just waiting for that goddamn straw to come back into play.
Maybe sometime soon. Allie then manages to run away and Shaw comes in contact with Hard Eyes and she draws her gun at them. Meanwhile, Jay is still in the interrogation room with Hobbs. They start to hear some screaming outside, so Hobbs leaves to go investigate the screams, and they also heard, I believe, some shots too. So he's going to go and try to investigate all of that. And he says to Jay before he leaves, "Don't worry, lover boy, I'll protect you," which,
oh my gosh.
That's basically saying, can I keep you?
Verbatim. But verbatim.
Yeah. Hobbs then makes his way down the dark hallway and unfortunately he runs into HEK and
he gets like sack tapped with a machete.
Yes, but like hard.
But like I forgot about this kill. I definitely thought he was in this movie longer. I forgot about this for sure. And you hate to see Devin Sawa get killed.
I remember when you and I were watching this, we were like, what? No. Yeah. Also, I have a question. Is it a confirmed kill?
Yes, because that's what I was thinking. Like, you can survive without your wiener.
Yeah, totally.
You don't need the
You're
pain.
not going to maybe love it, but
you don't need it.
No.
Or the balls.
Or the balls.
And so I'm like, was that necessary? Must you get so creative and chop off his peen? Then you see his throat actually get slashed. Yes.
Okay. So, I always forget about that part.
So why overkill it with his manhood?
Yeah. They had to make it very clear that guy is not coming back for anything.
Exactly. And it's also proving that Hard Eyes will kill whoever stands in the way of the couple killing.
Yep. Exactly. And speaking of the couple, Allie makes her way into the room that's kind of connected on the outside of the interrogation room that usually has a two-way mirror so that people on the outside can watch what's happening on the inside. And at first, Allie's able to talk to Jay through that mirror. And Jay asks her to go find Hobbs' keys to unlock his cuffs. But then she goes completely silent and we lose visual of her. In this same moment, Hard Eyes then breaks into the interrogation room to attack Jay. But Allie, she shoots a gun through the mirror, scaring HEK away and saving Jay.
These are the luckiest millennials I've ever seen. We're not lucky. Millennials are not lucky, but these two.
Yep. So good. And I think it's forgivable for him, getting mad at her for leaving him in the park. She just saved his life.
It's a big tit for tat movie.
Big tit for tat. Does their budding little romance here, because you can tell they're going through more and more trauma together, more and more things are happening. They already had an attraction before they even met officially. Is this building a good tension for the story? Is it distracting? What are your thoughts on kind of how it feels at this point in the film?
I forgot this was about a romance. I straight up forgot in this moment that this was about romance.
For me, it doesn't take away from the horror because there are so many horror films out there where the subject is like two people who have an attractiveness to each other or fall in love or are dating and they're going through this horrific time together.
Well, what are the two biggest emotions we could feel? Fear and love.
Hell yeah, sister.
Just like romance and horror, fear and love, it's tying it all together.
And I'm sure there's some psychological scientific test out there that says that you're giving off the same chemicals when you're scared as when you're, feeling butterflies and you're in love. So
excitement.
Exactly.
Excitement.
Arousal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Probably.
There you go.
Jordana Brewster?
Don't worry. We'll see her again. So
they're outside of the station now, and a car almost hits Allie, whatever. And Jay and Allie accidentally fall on each other in the street. Just that casual, classic fall and almost kissed moment. And so they're leaning into it. They're embracing. They're going for it. And
rom-com.
Then they see fucking Hard Eyes coming to interrupt their kiss. Allie shouts, "We're not together!" And Jay is like, "Go kill somebody else."
I love that they do keep making that a point. It could have been really extra dumb if they never tried to tell HEK that they weren't a couple, but it's kind of funny.
You know what's extra dumb?
Oh, tell me.
Is them sending mixed messages. They're sending mixed messages to Hard Eyes. It's not Hard Eyes' fault.
Hard Eyes is like, bro, I'm seeing something else. Your actions are not aligning with your words.
So Jay and Allie, they're the problem.
You know what? They're actually the villains of this. Hard Eyes is amazing.
He's just catching the signals he's being sent.
Yep. He's a simple man.
Yeah.
Or woman, or both.
How he shoots arrows, he can feel emotional arrows that are being sent to him. And he's getting love, which equals murder in his eyes.
There you go. You heard it here first, you guys.
I'm a mathematician.
In this moment, though, Allie and Jay, they accidentally lead Hard Eyes to the drive-in with hundreds of couples there for Valentine's Day. And I think one of them says, too, they're like, it's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, like for Hard Eyes, which valid.
True. And he's treating it like all-you-can-eat buffet. He's walking into just kind of casually slashing people left and right. But what a fucking epic Valentine's Day date this would be. A drive-in theater.
Oh, I would love that. I've been on several dates at the drive-in, and they're the best dates ever.
Same. Fun times. And just throwing this out there for anyone who cares, but I would love to go to a drive-in on a date. Or should we go to a drive-in?
I'm right across from you. You can just tell me. Okay, we can go to the drive-in. I don't know where there is one.
I was going to say, we got to find one.
Which is a little bit sad, but I think we could find one somewhere. Allie and Jay then make their way into a couple's van. I think it's a VW bus.
Yes.
Which is amazing. And they're using their van in order to hide. And they're trying to tell this couple, like, hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but there's a killer outside. We're freaked out. There's a lot that's been happening. He's wearing a mask, all these things. And they don't believe Allie and Jay when they say that Hard Eyes is after them. And I think there's even the girl at one point is like, ooh, role play. She's not taking anything they're saying seriously. By the way, they were like fully about to like get down.
Yeah. They're like naked in the back of this van. It's their Valentine's Day too. Come on.
It is. But I love this when Allie and Jay, they decide to just go to the front seats and lay low, like extremely low, so that they can't be seen through the windows. But they just stay there while the couple also just stays there and continues on with their love fest.
And you can hear the sounds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's quite
distracting. Yeah. And as Allie and Jay are in the front too, they're reliving the last few hours that they've spent together. And they have that classic sweet moment of resolution in a lot of rom-coms.
They're like finally opening up to each other with each other. And they're finally being honest with each other.
Allie apologizes for leaving Jay. Allie admits also that she lied about her parents earlier in the film, and because she told Jay at some point that they were still together. Like Allie said, you can just totally hear the couple in the back, which is hilarious and adds that line of comedy into the scene.
I love that they're opening up to each other while we can hear like thumping,
Yeah.
Like wet noises.
Juxtaposition.
It's a juxtaposition. But yeah, so Allie admits about how her parents' romance kind of shaped her views on it. And Jay also opens up and talks about how his parents' relationship kind of fucked him up and makes him need to be optimistic about love. My question is, why the fuck would you stay in this van that's now going to be moving up and down?
I think.
Why don't they like do a little barter deal? Say, hey, you continue fucking in the backseat and we're just going to drive around.
That is absolutely what should have happened. However, I will say that they're probably not the only car or van moving and grooving. You know what I mean? And even though that may seem like an obvious target to Hard Eyes, he's got a lot to choose from. So maybe the odds just seem a bit low. Also, too, if Hard Eyes was going to come in and attack them, probably would from the back or the side, not thinking that there is anyone in the front seat. So
you're so right that he's probably overwhelmed. It's like a kid in a candy. It's like me in a candy store.
It's a buffet, baby. It's a buffet.
When I get in there and see all them candies, how do I pick?
How do I pick? I'm going to take them all.
And then how do I pick a car to murder people?
One of my old bosses used to say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Okay.
You can't get too overwhelmed. So Hard Eyes is just, he's probably just going one by one, trying to find everybody and killing people in between.
I don't want to eat an elephant.
That's exactly what I said.
What a weird saying.
I know. As Allie and Jay finish talking, they notice that the couple is getting louder and louder. So they beg them to be quiet so that they don't attract attention. But again, the couple is not taking it seriously at all.
And it kind of sounds like, because they're not focusing on the couple, they're focusing on Jay and Allie. It kind of sounds like other things could be happening back there. Like at one point, I thought I heard somebody else get into the back of the van.
Yeah.
But then they pan to where we see Jay and Allie look in the back seat, and we could see it's just these two kids fucking.
Yep. Until Hard Eyes then opens up the back of the van and he kills both of them. He stabs the guy with a tire iron totally through his throat and
straight through it.
Straight through. Then I think he crushes him on top of the girl and her mouth was open as well. And so it kind of goes through both of them at the same time.
Lots of twofers in this movie.
And then the girl's body falls out of the back of the van and someone sees, screaming and causing a lot of panic at the drive-in. Obviously, seeing a naked dead body, very traumatic, I can only imagine. The Hard Eyes killer then starts slaughtering folks just left and right. He's not being methodical this time. He's not taking his time. He's like, all y'all bitches are going to get fucking slayed. Something funny here, too, is in this scene, there's a director cameo. We have Josh Rubin, who is one of the people that steps out of the car and yells, "Call 911." So funny.
Good for him.
So small, but love it. Allie and Jay then start running away. They are able to escape out of the front seats of the van, but she convinces Jay to go back with her so that they can try to stop the killer.
Her rationale is basically, hey, we brought the killer here. We need to kill the killer here.
And I think there is a part where she says, I thought we were a team.
Yeah, because he's like, fuck this shit. I'm leaving. And she's like, no,
She's guilting him kind of into it. And then we cue the cheesy love song with a slow-mo scene of them walking into the line of fire.
Classic.
So classic.
They actually go back to the fuckboy van. And Allie says, I don't think I can do this. And Jay sweetly says, yes, you can. And then we get a shot of them going to pull the rod. What is the iron? Tire iron out of the bodies together. They're just both reaching it for how they reached for the coffee, but now it's a tire iron.
Rom-com.
Very much so.
Then they get into a lovely tussle with HEK again, but this time Allie hits him super hard in the head, causing him to bleed, and then Jay is able to stab him with his own machete. I think she says, because again, remember, Allie doesn't like any blood, and she's like, "Thanks a lot, Jay, you got it in my mouth," because a lot of that blood sprayed up on her, so loved that part. Then she pukes all over the killer, even better.
Blood.
Blood. Then they decide they're going to take off the mask of the killer.
It's built up to be this big Scooby-Doo moment. I love this part because they rip off the mask and Jay says, "And who the fuck is that?"
That's the one thing that I think is so great is that we don't get a clear answer at first.
It's not wow, it was Mr. Jenkins. You rascal, whatever the Mystery Inc. people say.
It was the colonel in the library with the umbrella.
That sounds like the game of Clue.
Yeah. Once they're in the back of the ambulance and the cops have come to take over. So again, Allie is now in the back of the ambulance once again.
I wonder what our fucking kill count is.
Dude. It's a great question. Jay asks if she wants to come back to his hotel and wants to get room service and just finish their campaign. It's really cute because you can tell that she has softened up a lot to him. She's sort of becoming vulnerable, but she does decline and she says, I really appreciate that and I would love to, but why don't we start with a phone call? Let's do things a little bit slower. Then Detective Shaw offers to give Jay a ride back to his hotel and he leaves with her. So now Allie is alone and we cue This Year's Love by David Gray. Oh my God, so rom-com. And I fucking love it.
The apex of this song in a movie for me is Girl Next Door. Talk about another sexual awakening. Great song. Great song for making a point in movies. Really driving a point home.
Dude, I fucking love it. Everything about it. It hit me in my heartstrings.
It worked.
It did. It was very, very effective.
That little arrow got you right there in the heart.
It really did. It really did. Question real quick. Did you feel like Hard Eyes breaking away from the typical kind of silent slasher thing we would expect in this film and going full on public killing spree? Do you feel like that, was it too bold? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's his thing. If this works for him, that's great. I wonder if this is like a repetitive behavior. He kind of goes smaller and then goes ballistic towards the end of the night. Because remember, this is all one day. This is all on Valentine's Day. So I wonder if he did that in Boston, in Philly, if this is the norm to like quietly target isolated couples and then just go fucking for it.
This is probably me reading a little bit too deep into it as well. But when I think of killers like Ghostface or Mike Myers, they tend to want to be as silent or like not visible to everyone as possible. I think it's in order to A, keep up the facade and not get caught or not get found out of who they really are, especially some of them like behind the mask. And then B, I just think that's like kind of just the style that they do is they want to really anticipate like scaring you and they want to watch you and all of that. Where this killer, I think Hard Eyes, there's almost something chaotic to him because he is willing to just slaughter a bunch of people in public at a drive-in. And he's also willing to make his kills very iconic and very pattern-driven.
I think this could also be a sign that he can tell he's losing control of things.
Yes. Kind of giving into that chaos a little bit too.
Chaos is the perfect word. It's going into chaos, which is perfect for it. And it reminds me when let's say I have like a bowl of cheese cubes.
Okay. I'm with you.
And at first I'm like, it's a bowl of cheese cubes.
Can I have one?
Well, here's what I'm getting at. Ready? You can't. Because I'm just going to eat 2 of these cheese cubes and be done. It's going to satisfy my need, right?
Okay.
But then I have those 2 cheese cubes and then I'm like, I want more. So then I have 4 more. Yummy cheese cubes. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, oh my God, I've almost finished this bowl of cheese cubes. I'm just going to eat the fucking whole bowl of cheese cubes.
Might as well.
It's kind of like killing people.
And like the risk. That's kind of like a metaphor or analogy for the risk too. Because the risk of getting caught is now getting greater and greater with every kill, especially ones being done in public. To your point, it's like the losing control and also the lack of ritualism.
Kind of throwing it out the window.
Yeah.
It's like when killers get sloppy because it's just go for it.
Exactly.
And like when you just need cheese.
When you just need freaking cheese.
Yeah.
Well, Allie unfortunately doesn't get any cheese, but she does make it back to her apartment.
Not that Allie.
You, yes. Other Allie, no. Allie in this film makes it back to her apartment. She showers and you can tell she's definitely down and feeling a little bit sad because she really liked Jay, but she doesn't want to move too fast. She knows he's leaving tomorrow. There's a lot probably on her mind here. Then sweet Mon, her friend Monica, calls her and encourages her to go after Jay. Again, very rom-com. She gives her that little prep talk while naming almost every other rom-com ever, which is so brilliant in the writing of this film.
It's such a cute little speech that literally pieces together romantic comedy films so that they form a sentence.
Yeah.
Just go look it up if you don't know what we're talking about. Yeah. It's very creative.
Monica has convinced Allie that she needs to go get Jay immediately. So Allie takes a cab to the airport to try to catch Jay before his flight.
Remember how he was supposed to just be going back to his hotel for room service and to work on the pitch?
I have no idea how much time has passed. That's what I kept telling myself is maybe she knew what time his flight was and it was really fucking early. Who knows?
No, I think they had to throw in an airport scene because it's a rom-com.
They just had to.
Yeah.
She gets a call while she's at the airport and while she's looking for Jay, and it is the Hard Eyes killer who has Jay hostage and makes her come find him if she wants to come and save Jay. She then arrives at the meeting spot that the Hard Eyes killer wanted her to be at, and it is an old abandoned chapel. She finds Jay standing on the altar and he's got his hands bound and he's got cloth tied around his mouth so that he can't speak. And then Hard Eyes appears behind him and takes off his mask. And
I'm not going to lie. Before we see any kind of reveal or anything here, I thought it might have been Jay.
And I think that was so like totally purposeful within this film.
Even with seeing him gagged or whatever, I was like, I think it's Jay.
Yeah, if this was a traditional horror film, I almost think it kind of would have been Jay.
Yeah. Just like him playing damsel.
And probably with someone else, like Shaw.
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking of Eric Knox from Charlie's Angels. And
how dare you bring up Sam Rockwell?
And what's her name? Viv or whatever.
Yeah, Viv.
The older woman that he's kind of with. It's kind of like that kind of dynamic. It could have been that way with Jay and with Shaw.
Yes. Or also kind of like Scream 4.
Much more related. Yes.
No, I like yours. Oh, I like yours better because thank you so obviously.
Much. It's a little bit of a deep cut. So I hope you guys get that one. But
it's a very deep cut for us.
Allie and Jay then find out that the Heart Eyes killer is, drumroll,
IT Dave.
IT Dave. If you guys remember that IT guy who had a brief moment with Allie in the lobby of the police station and asked her out. Then we find out that there's another Heart Eyes killer who is none other than Shaw. If you couldn't see that one coming, I'm sorry, but
it was right there.
It was right there. Here she is. And apparently there was also a third gentleman, which is the one that Allie and Jay had previously uncovered the mask of, but didn't recognize. And that is someone named Eli. And apparently they were kind of some like weird throuple. It's very, very interesting.
Shaw and David, IT Dave, actually start to talk about how they got into this. And it's very interesting how they started this whole process.
Yeah. Speaking of processes, their whole process with how they have been doing these Heart Eyes kills, they straight up say it's their kink. They say that Eli, their third in the throuple, was more of a fanboy who was obsessed with them as a couple. I don't know. They just kind of went for it and said, let's become a serial killer trio.
Shaw found David in the chat room, and then they invited Eli in because he was a fan of them. But they actually didn't really care about Eli. He was like the throwaway in the throuple. Yeah. There's always one.
I know. So sad. So sad.
And they're like, R.I.P. Eli. And then she starts to like lick David's face. They're just going for it.
Hey, you know what? You just can't deny the chemistry sometimes.
Yeah. But they also start to talk about how, yes, there were 3 of them, and that's part of the kink is they like to divide and conquer the killings.
Yeah. They also reveal that the ring that was originally found in the winery that said JS, it actually stands for Janine Shaw. And Shaw gives it back to David, the IT guy, and he's so stoked. He's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I thought I lost this, what have you. Shaw then explains to Allie and Jay that they hadn't planned to kill them, but that their chemistry was just so undeniable.
Yeah, they had actually planned to kill Allie's ex and his new girlfriend. But then they saw Allie and Jay and were like, they'll do.
Wouldn't have that been a little bit of a different movie?
Oh my gosh. For Allie especially, right? She'd be like, oh, that's too bad.
Totally. Then standing behind Jay, IT guy David and Shaw threaten to kill Jay if Allie doesn't pick up the gun that they've laid out for her. And they essentially have like a choice at hand for her. So she can either shoot herself or she can shoot Jay. There's only one bullet and she only gets one chance to either save herself or save him.
They're basically baiting her to prove who she loves, herself or Jay.
It's so strange, but again, they're weird and kinky. I don't know. Before making her choice, Allie then has this little monologue to Jay about how much she ran from love and how she fell hard for him. And she starts to put the gun barrel towards her head. She puts it at her head at first.
Not gonna lie, I was like, oh, shit.
Same. I'm all, oh, shit. Are we doing a Romeo and Juliet thing here? I don't know.
Allie's got shit up her sleeves, though.
Then she quickly changes course and shoots Jay in the shoulder, but it went right through his shoulder and it actually shot Shaw in the stomach because she was standing right behind Jay, like we had mentioned earlier.
Again, the luckiest millennials alive.
I think personally, at first when I saw this, I thought she meant to shoot Jay as kind of a distraction, but not in a lethal way. But like, I'm going to shoot him just so it looks like I shot the gun off and gets everyone all like off my back. But
I low-key thought she was just like, okay, bye.
But yeah, I don't know if she like intentionally meant, I think she did intentionally mean to try to shoot Shaw and not Jay. But you know, she got the job done nonetheless.
Yeah,
so
here we are.
Yeah. How predictable to you was the multiple killers twist?
I think I started to gather at a certain point that this takes a lot from Scream. So it made total sense.
Yeah. No, I also agree. And I think that that's kind of part of the fun thing with this film specifically is it does have those links to these other masked killers and some of the the things that we habitually see in these type of films. So yeah, I kind of felt like I knew that there was going to be a multiple for some reason, especially because things just weren't adding up correctly, because you can almost kind of see if it's just one killer who's going to be, but then you get really confused when multiple people are involved. So I just sort of assumed there was probably multiple people involved.
I think the fun little 2025 mix-up for us was a threesome.
Yeah.
Or a throuple, rather.
A throuple.
Yes.
A very kinky throuple.
Not a little duo or a pair of friends or anything, but a throuple.
Not like Jay and Allie, who, do you feel like you started rooting for them at all as a couple?
Absolutely not. At no point in this movie do I want them to get together.
I kind of agree. And I feel bad saying that because, like, you know, they both deserve love, but no.
Sure. Yeah.
No, thank you. Anyways, IT guy Dave, he screams, "No, no, no," as Shaw falls to the ground. And Jay and Allie try to run off, but IT guy shoots his gun in their direction. Shaw then gets up, and her and David, the IT guy, they get a hold of Allie and Jay once again. And right as the IT guy is about to kill Jay, he stabs him in the eye with one of the metal arrows. I like it. Thinking on your feet.
These arrows. But the way that Jay angles the arrow down into David's face is vicious.
Oh my God. It's brutal. I love this scene too. Just the effects of it.
It's a great shot.
Yeah. Really great shot.
Get it? Because it's an arrow.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to lie. I didn't get it at first. So
actually,
thank you.
I didn't intend. So I was just like impressed by myself.
Yeah. Shaw and Allie then have an epic fight, and right before Shaw stabs Allie, she has her metal to go straw, you guys.
Damn it.
This is the time. And she fucking stabs that thing up and through Shaw's jaw.
And while she's doing that, she says, "Love hurts, bitch."
Fucking bitch. It's so good. It's just so good.
I'd like to think that I'd be able to think quickly enough on my feet to say something that amazing while doing something this crazy. I don't think I could do it.
Shaw then comes back at him, but Allie pushes her back onto the Saint Valentine statue, right into the knife that is in the statue's right hand, and it ends up decapitating her. It's fucking sick.
Another great kill. It's like she's hanging and slowly decapitating herself.
Yeah,
it's wild.
It's so cool. I love that it's so slow-mo.
And it's cinematic.
Yeah,
both Shaw and IT Dave have great kills. It's kind of poetic because Allie's marketing campaign came true because till death do them part.
Oh,
Get
my
it?
God.
Because also, I don't know if we mentioned this, but they actually got married in this chapel.
Isn't that just the sweetest thing?
Sweetest thing.
God
Till death do them part. For
that
real.
was also a very subtle plug to watch The Sweetest Thing again.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. I said, isn't that the sweetest thing?
Sorry.
Gotta watch for those, man. I'm trying.
I was
trying
thinking and reading
here.
and reading and thinking. Anywho, so now that our lovers have ended their love together, Jay and Allie kind of sigh in relief and take a moment to breathe, but in a very Scream-like fashion, IT Dave comes back up towards them, and Jay quickly pulls up the bow and arrow and yeets him in the head. So,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. What are your thoughts on the final fight scene with our killers?
I didn't like it, and I can't really say exactly why. What about you?
I'm with you.
I think for me, it wasn't just the cheese of it. Obviously, this film is supposed to be cheesy, but I don't know if I loved the setting of the chapel. However, I understand that it did make a lot of sense for this film. And I did like the St. Valentine statue situation, but I think they could have just done something cooler with like the final reveal as well, too.
I think they did a decent enough job. I think it was creative enough as well, but I think it just didn't match what I thought they could do here.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It was anticlimactic, I guess.
No, I fully agree. Kind of on that note, related but separate, do you think that you prefer an obvious killer or a mystery slasher?
No, I like the mystery slasher.
Yeah, same.
I like all killers.
I just love them all.
Wow, that's a sound clip for you. Yeah, I like that you're not intended to know. Whereas some films, it's like, here's your killer.
Yeah.
Now just watch them slowly.
And it's the same every time. Yeah. And you're like, okay, cool. I also agree. I think I like the mystery a bit more. also for the fact that just purely our imaginations. When a filmmaker doesn't give it all to you, you start to make conclusions yourself and your brain starts to work in ways that you don't even realize. And I really love that. I love that practice.
I always think this and say this, but our brains are way scarier than anything will ever.
I mean, you just told me without my brain, I'd freaking eat my thumbs like carrots. So I believe you.
Case in point.
Okay, wrapping things up though, we've got one last little scene after everything happens with the chapel, yada, yada. We then move forward to 1 year later. Allie's boss is toasting to Allie and Jay in the same boardroom where she had fired her or almost fired her a year earlier. And she's toasting them about having the most successful year in their company that they'd ever had because of their shared marketing campaign idea.
But like, where's the deck? I want to see it.
I know. I want to see. What did they end up with? Kind of cute too. Allie is leaving the company that she was working at and she's going back to med school. Now she's dealt with a lot of blood, so she's got some experience.
Yeah, because you can just get over it that quickly.
Allie and Jay then end up going to the drive-in for Valentine's Day. Allie at first thinks it's weird that they're at the drive-in after everything that happened, which I agreed. In the moment when this happened, I was like, why the fuck are they back at this drive-in? But I love that she addresses it in the film.
She clocks it.
Yeah. But then things take a little bit of a positive turn and Jay proposes that they move in together. He has a little box and he opens it and it has a key to an apartment or his apartment, what have you. Then she turns around and fucking Uno reverse proposes marriage to him.
What a fucking pivot.
So crazy. But I do love this very last line that he has where he's like, yes, a million fucking times yes. I kind of liked that.
That's sweet.
It was cute. It ended it on a rom-com note.
The face you make when you do that. I'd rather you didn't.
Rom-com.
I love you, but stop.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's kind of the end of our movie, Fiend, but not quite yet, because we get a mid-credit scene. There was so much opportunity here, man. There was so much opportunity here. Allie gets a call, and it sounds like it could be the Heart Ice Killer. But who is it? It's our best bud, Mon. And she's prank calling them from the row behind and saying she got all of the photos and videos of their proposal.
So cute. I love it. I think it's really awesome when films do a mid-credit scene, especially horror films, because you're leaving with like you want more usually. And then I love when a film knows when to give me a little bit more.
Are those your thoughts on the ending?
Kind of. I liked it.
Okay. I did not like the ending.
Okay. Tell me why.
I love a mid-credit wrap-up scene like you just explained. I thought it could have been so much better. Do I just want the worst to happen? Do I want bad things to happen?
Yes.
I was ready for the fucking end of Ghost Ship.
He's a good man, Savannah.
Exactly. I was ready for some shit to leave me wanting a sequel.
I kind of felt like it was just good where it is. I'm like, you know what? Doesn't need a sequel, even though that is where I feel a little bit torn because the Heart Ice Killer is pretty cool in my eyes. Not crazy cool, but he's okay.
He's okay.
That didn't really make any sense. I think I like the concept of him. And maybe if he did become a multi-film franchise killer, I would like him a little bit more. But I think right now what I'm saying is I'd give him a chance.
I understand that. Whether I have more of him or not, I don't care. I just want a better, more shocking ending, I suppose. I don't want, maybe I'm pulling an Allie here. I want the cynicism. I want the surprise ending.
Okay, here's the plot twist. Ready?
Okay, tell me right now. Yeah.
They're in the drive-in.
Yeah.
Jay starts opening up the box and an arrow shoots out and kills her.
Beautiful.
And then he's another. There's actually
him and Mon. Him, Mon, and Mon's sugar daddy are the new throuple. Look at that. I just wrote a better ending. You're welcome.
I love it.
And you helped me. Thank you.
Yep. I literally love this. I love this.
Again, not to say I didn't enjoy this movie, but it could have had a better, more interesting ending.
Are those your final thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a very cute marriage of horror and romance and comedy. That's a throuple, horror, romance, comedy.
Hey, there you go.
So many throuples. I thought it was really cute for what it was.
Yeah.
I thought just for my brain, it could have had more creativity with the turns it took, but had great kills. Cast was good. I think this was a perfect movie for what it was, which is cutesy. It's a good introductory movie to somebody who doesn't necessarily like horror. It's like if your friend doesn't like scary movies, but you want to watch a scary adjacent film with them.
It can appeal to both audiences or one or the other and still be enjoyable.
So here's my sliding scale of where I see this movie both stylistically and thematically. My scale is on one end of the spectrum is Scary Movie.
Okay.
On the other end of the spectrum is Isn't It Romantic?
Oh.
Have you seen that movie?
No.
Okay.
I was going to suggest A Walk to Remember.
No.
Okay.
Not cheesy enough.
Oh.
You don't ever have to watch Isn't It Romantic, but know that it's basically the romance equivalent of Scary Movie. And so this movie is just somewhere in the middle of those two.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That seems like a good scale.
And if you have seen Isn't It Romantic, it's you and me both, kid. Like, we're the only two. So you'll get what I'm saying.
Hey.
But what were your final thoughts?
Very similar. I think overall, very surface level, I liked it. I'm not going to say I disliked it. I enjoyed it. I didn't want to pull my eyes out watching it again for this podcast.
True.
I did enjoy it. It was fun to watch it with the producer because he hadn't seen it. Banger soundtrack.
Yes.
There were a lot of things I did like about it, including the drive-in. Loved the drive-in scene. I think without it, I probably wouldn't have liked the film as much, to be honest.
And I think without all of its little Easter eggs, we wouldn't have liked it that much.
Me catching myself, like I said, and said on the podcast, in my brain being like, this is a rom-com, this is a rom-com.
Exactly.
Or this is horror movie. Or it was kind of fun for me.
It was like you were mentally checking off which boxes that went into.
It was a fun little mental brain stimulator.
We gamified it.
Yeah, we gamified it. Well, spooky friends, that is Hard Eyes. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Spooky Chicks and Horror Flicks. And if you want to see our episode notes, join our book club, please feel free to come and join our Spooky Chicks social club over on Patreon. But the best way that you can support us is just by telling another friend that loves horror. And with that, Allison, would you like to close us out?
1,000,000 times yes, rather.
Oh!
Always carry a metal straw with you, just in case. Happy Valentine's Day, and stay spooky fuckers.